All right, folks, we have an abundance of longboards. Check it out. We got an orbitally one, we got a straight in a row one, and we got tons of sandpaper and it's not very flexible, but hopefully it'll work for what I need. So you can pretty much guess what the plans are. We're doing more sanding. But now that I have that, I'm going to go over the panels really quick. See how out to lunch they are, if I can salvage a bunch. We did have a whole lot of places we had to touch up, like I showed before, like this one here. I think just down here. We gotta do like lots of work here, and I gotta do a few touch-ups around there. So, and there's a whole bunch on the other side. But for right now, I'm focusing on this part here because this side's not as bad, but it is wavy. So I just want to run the longboard on there quick, see how that goes, and then see if we can smooth out the bottom here a little bit more. We might have to do this and just do a nice little blend into the step, but yeah, it's kind of the plan. For now, I'm going to do a quick sand on that, see how it goes. Then we'll probably come back with the touch up and spot weld a bunch of these little holes, clean this up a little bit. That is going to need a smear. This is going to need a smear. That's going to need a smear. Everything. Hopefully we're not going to make the whole video on that again. That's not the plan, but I really hope I can get it in primer. That's kind of my goal here. Anyways, without further ado, let's start sanding some more. well, there's a whole level of suck. Well, the smearing isn't so bad. The sanding is what sucks. Anyways, I decided to just, well, I started here. Oh, actually I had a whole bunch. So we did this, got our door jamb up into the top, lower door, a little bit up here. I mixed this one a little light, so it's whatever it is. This stuff's already pretty dry, and I can probably sand this. So I kind of hit here, but my one batch kind of buggered up already, but that's okay. We still spackled it on there because we're going to be sanding most of it off anyways. And then while that was going, I just decided to mix up a little more. We kind of hit up the few spots here. I think the most of this fender was actually pretty good. I can feel something here, but I think I can sand that one out. But we had a little low spot there, and just this door bottom, and we kind of got the backside happening over here. So we're just waiting for stuff to dry a bit. The door, I got to do some more on this door, but I gonna sit and wait. I was gonna tackle one thing at a time, like one door, do everything, but I have very short attention span, so while the one's drying, I decided to mix up some more mud, and then it just kind of snowballs. I do that. Anyways, so this stuff's pretty much dry, so I'm gonna sand this, and then hopefully by then this or something's dry. This one's, like I say, on the light side, but again, it's not thick enough that I can cheese grade or do anything, so we have to wait for it to dry. Okay. Anyways, this one, this is like an orbital. This thing is awesome. I thought I would like dance around a lot more, but it actually is really nice and controllable. I always thought it'd be like when you're sanding and it would kind of always flip out on you when you're kind of doing the edges and stuff, but I don't know, kind of like it. And this is just the traditional back and forth one. The clickety clacker makes a whole lot of noise, but I thought the round one would be like an orbital and it'll chew off more. I don't know. Kind of works about the same as the other one. Didn't do what I thought. You know, like my big 8-inch sander, that one just chews the stuff off. But anyways, before that gets too hard, I'm going to sand. All right. This is why I wait so it's not so hard, because right now it's, I wouldn't say it's past the cheesy stage, I guess, if you want to say that. But it sands so much nicer. Like in this corner, it would normally just suck. Man, the light's crappy. Sorry about that. But normally this would suck. Now it's not so bad because with some 40 grit, this thing just chews it right out. Look at that. If I waited till tomorrow, that would just be a world of suck. Be like trying to sand concrete. So if anything I can tell you is don't put this off. You got your 2 stages where it's too wet. Then you got like, what would it be? Like, it's too wet for sandpaper and it would like gum it up. Like this still isn't too bad. And that's usually when you would, if it was pretty thick, you would whip out the cheese grater and kind of mow it down with that really quick. And then I usually save junky old sandpaper that's just to the stage where it might gum it up, but at least it'll chew it off in chunks. So I usually save my old pieces, but it makes it not so miserable. I still don't like this whatsoever, but that's a part of the whole process, I guess. I usually run the orbital just to knock the high stuff off the top, and then from there I can kind of do this. Anyways, I won't sit there too long on this, and I'll just mow through this and continue my way around the truck here. All right. Where are we? I think I have, let's say, the truck from here up pretty much roughed out. It's, well, I got to do a little bit back here, but overall, I think about here, I'm pretty happy with going along. Oh, crap. Forgot to do this. Ah, oh, dang. Okay, I got to do this before I go in yet. Forgot that one. We got this side, you know, pretty good. I'm sure it's full of pinholes and stuff. We got to do the upper part, but the lower is good. Everything here I'm all happy with. Even into this cruddy part. Oh, gotta do a little bit of sanding. It's always something. Anyways, that comes back. We got back here. This door seems okay. So like this one's up to that belt line anyways. Way up here. I feel is good on this side. And this fender's good. It's just this top and the other part. And then the cowl. And then this stuff. And then the back. And then the box. Anyways, I'm gonna quickly do this so I don't hate myself in the morning, and yeah, we'll quickly hammer that thing out, and then I'm gonna call it a night. And then tomorrow we do a little more, but we've knocked out the worst of it. That said, this is finished in 40 grit. Probably gonna just go over and give it a scuff in some 80, and then we're just gonna pound the high build on. Well, we gotta get the dash too, because that'd be the one thing I would like to paint, would be the inside, if that, you know, before this part anyways. All right, okay, well, I'll finish up that front and call it a night. All right, well, we're on another day. I am we're doing more body work. So, as you see, this is where we got last night. As you see, my shop is still a complete disaster. I don't actually want to clean anything until I at least get this sucker in primer. That's kind of my plan here. So, I'm pretty happy with the bottom. We got a few little things to touch up and do down, you know. There's a few little spots to touch up, because if I blow this out, there's going to be like a little sputz and some stuff there. But, all right, what we're going to do, we're going to drop this thing down a bit and start smearing up on the top. We'll touch up a few parts. It'd be nice to get the box done this round, because I'd like to just prime both, would be ideal. I'd like to get both in primer. That would hopefully be my goal. We have most everything kind of roughed out, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That is my mission here. Anyways, we'll just continue commencing on with the Bondothon, I guess. I don't know. right, we stripped out the inside. Unfortunately, we have more body work to do. So I got the seat out and stuff like that. What I'm going to do here is I got to grind this, or I'm going to wire wheel it, do something to clean this up a little bit. We'll do a little schmooze on there. I'm going to weld up the back and a few little pinholes I have here and there. But other than that, we'll be able to just smear a little bit into the corners. We'll probably sand everything. I'll strip it down eventually, but like I'd like to get a coat of primer on the whole thing if I can. But for now, I'd like to get at least the body work done on the center post. You can see where I put that center piece where we're going to glue our glass to. I still have to drill and tap it for my mirror, but not too worried about that. Anyways, that is, well, we did have the plan. We were going to work on that right away, but I just added a whole bunch of extra work. So we're just going to chooch through that in a big hurry, and well, we'll be a little bit closer to primer. Probably won't get to the box this round, but hopefully I get some primer on something. That'd be really nice. Well, it doesn't matter where you look. There's always something more. So we kind of got here. We got our post done. Then I step out of the truck, realize, oops, I haven't got the jams done. Then I do some stuff. Then I realize, oops, I haven't actually done there. Then there's just no end to it. A fella would just go, I don't know. A fella would go bananas if you're trying to do a super nice vehicle. I mean, I guess you break it down, smaller chunks. You don't go scatterbrained like me and just run everywhere. I just feel like if I'm waiting for the Bondo to dry, I'll mix more. And then when I'm sanding it, I'll just sand it all in chunks. But anyways, we're trying to get the dash, I'm trying to get all sorted out. So I'm kind of, we got a few bits on top. I'm gonna have to disassemble a few things like this. The grill doesn't bother me so much, but I wouldn't mind getting those controls out because I got to test them and I'd like to clean up behind the glass and stuff on there. I'm thinking people won't like it, but I don't care. It's my truck. I'm gonna modify this thing here just so I can put in like a modern radio. Usually I do Bluetooth, but like this thing has Bluetooth and it's just whatever. It's a modern convenience. I kind of want to sink it into the dash down there. It's kind of little in there, out of sight. So I'm probably going to work on that a little bit. But we got to get everything all sanded and prepped. We're pretty close to at least throwing some primer on this. It'd be nice just to see it all one color, would be pretty awesome. I'd like to do the box, but I just don't know. It's just, it's not like there's a ton to do, but I just think I'm going to have to save that for the next round. And I'm sure I'm going to have missed a lot and we'll want to reprime a bunch of things everywhere. I think that's going to be inevitable, but yeah, it's just always more stuff. We're always missing something. I think that's just the big picture. That's what's going to happen. We just got to get a little bit of primer on there and just, we'll take it baby steps from there. Then as we find broken, screwed up parts, we'll fix those. At least we'll feel like we got a major chunk of accomplishment if we get some primer on there. Anyways, waiting for mud to dry, so I think that stuff's about ready to sand. I'm just going to sand those chunks really quick, and then I think we're pretty close to getting primer. Well, mind you, the dash part, I want to do that part quick too, just so I can get a complete coat of primer on the dash. Well, we're as close as we're ever gonna get here. it's I'm sure it needs a lot more. Like, I just noticed now this isn't scuffed down here, but I guess I'll sand that up. And I don't know. It just kind of is what it is. We'll have to just give her and well, I'll put some primer on it, and then we'll be able to reevaluate where everything's at. I feel like once there's a coat of something on, I'll feel like I got a little more accomplished here. And then it'll really poke out any little weird imperfections that I got going on. So, yeah. Basically, we're off to the paint room here, and let's mix up some primer. Let's give her a shot. ever mention how much this thing is just sheer awesome? I gotta do a little better cleanup here yet, but at least that'll get me started. Anyways, well, it's in one color, the body. We got 2 good heavy coats of primer on there, and it still looks super rough, but it is one color. Check it out. I didn't worry too much about the back because I'm not doing whatever. There was no body work, there's no nothing. We'll spritz some paint, but it's not that important. The rest of it is still just heavy scratches. I didn't do what I said I was gonna do, and I'm just gonna 180 this thing or something like that. 180, maybe I'll block it out in 120 and then give it another coat. I'll see how the 180 goes if it wants to sand it really well, but it's it looks different. Look a little better. It's looking a little better. Pretty happy with that. That has been, man, like a whole bunch of days. Like, I have no idea how many hours I have in that. That's like a lot. And it's like, it's still just mediocre. But it's all said and done. It's okay. It's not perfect, but I don't have the patience to do like fancy paint, so it just is what it is. Next round, we're gonna have to look at the box here. This thing needs some loving, but nothing crazy like that thing did. So this one should be pretty easy in my eyes. But I'd like to get that in primer next round and get a little bit of paint on a few little spots on here. That would be ideal. Well, by little spots, I mean like door jambs, dash, maybe the back, the front of there, around where the fenders are going to bolt on, because I want to be able to bolt the fenders on and never take them back off kind of thing. It's kind of the plan. Hey, puppers, what do you think? You don't care, eh? You don't care. Oh, you're wet. You are so wet, dog. Hey, you've been feeling a little under the weather a bit, eh? That's okay. Those days happen, eh? All right. Well, I think that is where we are going to leave this one. Yeah. So, as always, folks, I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.